Hello everyone, welcome back to Car Key Solutions workshop, where today we're going to take you through the steps required to program a new key. On this BMW E46 we have a fully functional key and we have a blank one, and we're going to take you through the steps required to have it fully functional. The way we're going to start, first point is to cut the blade. Secondly will be the programming of the transponder, which enable the engine to start, and the third step, programming of the remote function. So let's get on with it. There are two ways to establish the code to which the key has to be cut. One is by decoding the barrel, and this is usually the procedure that has to be done where are no keys present. And the second is by decoding a working key in an automatic key cutting machine. And this is the procedure that we're going to follow because we are creating a spare key. We have this key that is fully functional. This is a key cutting machine that also decodes So the key cutting machine now has decoded the old key. We're going to put a blank one in, and then we're going to start the cutting procedure. This side is now done, and what is left to be done is the other side to be cut to the exactly same code. First step, the key cutting procedure has now been completed. We're just going to check that the new key is operating into the barrel. Perfect. Now the second step will be to programming the transponder, which will enable the engine start. As it is at present, this key, it will turn the ignition on the ignition, but it won't start the engine because the transponder in it is not programmed to the car. To do so, we need to remove an electronic control unit from the vehicle, which stores the key data, immobilize the key data. We have to read it on the bench and add the new key, and we're going to show you now. This unit on the BMW is called EWS, Immobilize the Control Unit, and it's located under the dashboard on the right-hand drive, just above the pedal. This is the unit. We're going to have it on the bench now. Using a programmer, we're going to read the data, as said earlier. So this procedure is applicable to BMW E46 chassis. So what are we doing now with this device connected to the control unit? We're reading that key data. This is how the data looks like. Once we have the data, we're going to save it on our computer, and then we're going to load it onto a different program. So this program here, we're going to load the file that we have read. And in here, we're going to have quite useful information. It's going to tell us how many keys this car has programmed to it. We can also find the existing key, which key number it is. So by reading this data, we know that this key is the key number 2, as you can be seen there. This is the chassis number of the vehicle. This is the mileage, kilometers. So quite useful information. In case we want to delete any keys, we know that this is the key number 2. The other key can be deleted if they're not present, in case we want to do any key deletion. But what we're going to do now, we're going to have the new key programmed. So after this procedure is completed, then we should be able to start the engine with this key. So key has been successfully programmed on the position number 8. What we have to do now, we have to install the unit back on the car and test the programming function of the transponder. It should be completed and engine should now start with the new key. After this is tested, then the programming procedure of the remote has to be carried out, which is a manual procedure. Also, if the remote stops operating, it's something that's useful for you to know, and it can be done very easily with a sequence of ignition be turned on and off and pressing the button. We're going to show it after we're going to have the unit back on the car. So we have the new key that we just got. So the engine starts with the immobilizer now function programmed, and the next step is programming the remote function. To do so, ignition has to be cycled 3 times within 5 seconds. Unlocking button has to be kept depressed, and locking button has to be pressed 3 times. Important to know, if there are more than 1 key present, they all have to be reprogrammed, otherwise remote on the key not programmed will stop operating. So this is also been completed. Car key cutting, programming, remote function synchronized from A to Z. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for more videos about car keys, vehicle security. See you.